G'day everyone. Tonight I've got a really fun video coming up. I'm going to be unboxing not one, not two, but 3 parcels that showed up for me in the mail today. And I'm going to take you on a tour of my Shimano Stradic retirement home. Rightio, before anything, let's go and check out this Shimano Stradic retirement home. If you have a look over here, up the top, that is a Shimano Stradic Ci4 2500 size. It's a beautiful reel, although I've worn out the bail flipper. I tend to wear out the bail flippers. One of the things I love about the Shimano Stradic is that they're such a smooth reel. They've got a high gear ratio, they perform well, but the bail flippers do wear out. I do believe that the Ci4 Stradics have a repairable bail flipper, so you can send them away to get fixed. So I could probably send that away and get it fixed. That's why it's in retirement, because it can come out of retirement if I need it to. Down here, I've got this is a Shimano FJ series. That's a 1000 size. The 1000 size in the FJ series is actually not much smaller than the 2500 size in the Ci4 series. Now, if you look at the Ci4 series, it's a similar size, but I used to have a 1000 series, one of them. It died before it reached retirement age, if you know what I mean. It's somewhere down the bottom of Lake Eildon. But the 2500 size isn't much bigger than the 1000 size. Now, this 1000 FG, I've owned 3 or 4 of these over the years, but I've given a couple away to people that have just needed a new reel. They've decided to work on them and get them fixed, so I've told them they could have them. And there's a couple I'm not really sure where they are, to be quite honest. Down here, this is my very first ever Shimano Stradic. Have a look at the double handles. That's called an Aero Stradic. That was state of the art when that came out back in the early 90s. I was so excited to have this reel. I remember when I bought it, brand new, it was $175. And I clearly remember my late uncle, who has passed away now, saying to me, $175, that'd want to come with a fish attached. Anyway, I love Shimano Stradics. I've been using them for years. I only ever had the one Shimano Aero Stradic. Before that I had an Aero Cast, which was a few models down. I went from the Shimano Aero Cast to the Shimano Aero Stradic, to the FJ Stradic, where I own several models, and up to the Ci4 Stradic, where I've owned a couple of models of them now. And the one I've got now is starting to wear out, and I'm probably in the market for a new one. But there we go, I've got 3 hanging there. And if I buy a new one, there'll be a 4th one hanging there. Any one of those 3 Stradics could come out of retirement pretty easily and pretty quickly. I could probably send them all the way and have the bail arms fixed up, and then I'd have good reels again. How cool is that? Now, have a look at these couple of messages that I've been sent. I'll read them out to you. Now, these were comments that were left on YouTube videos this week. First was this one. Can you please upload more fishing? I'm getting tired of giveaways and I love my life vids. Keep up the good work. The next one says, hey Robbie, loving the videos. Can you do more giveaways? If ever there was proof that you just cannot please everyone, there it is right there. One guy says, can you stop making giveaways and make more fishing videos? The other person says, can you please do more giveaways? So this is how it is. Where I live, in Wangaratta, in northeast Victoria, at the moment it is very cold, see? It is a very cold time of year. There's not much fishing. If I want to make more fishing videos, I generally have to travel. Last week I uploaded a fishing video from Lake William Hovell. There was 2 hours of travel alone, an hour each way, or a little bit under, just to make that video. See, in the summer, I have literally got Murray cod fishing 500 metres that way. I don't have to go far to get to the river and fish for Murray cod. Also in the summer, it's not dark until 9 o'clock at night or later. Now it's dark at 5 o'clock. So I don't have time after work. So in the summer, a combination of being able to access water straight after work and having several hours after work to do it means that I can pump out the videos. And you may remember back in December, I was pumping out Murray cod videos right through summer because I was so close and easy. But this time of the year, if I want to go fishing, I have to travel. And I don't have time. It takes time to travel between family, work and other commitments. I don't have that time. So I do get out when I can, don't worry, I haven't given up on fishing. I just don't have the opportunities to go out now that I do in the warmer weather. My tip to anybody who's sick of giveaway videos and sick of the I Love My Life videos is that my tip is, if the title says giveaway or competition and you don't want to see them because you're sick of them, then don't watch them. If the title says trout fishing at Lake William Hovell or Murray Cray fishing or something, then it means I'm fishing. Watch them ones. No one's forcing you to watch them. No one's even forcing you to be subscribed. There will be more giveaways coming up. I've got some really cool things coming up. One thing I've got coming up soon is a giveaway for one night's accommodation at a caravan park in a cabin on trout opening weekend in Trout Harbour, Victoria. More on that later on. Hey Robbie, you've got mail. You better check your mailbox. Okay Robbie, thanks mate. What's the address? Post Office Box 3006, Yarunga LPO, Wangaratta 3677. Okay, thanks buddy. I'll go and check it right now. Rightio. The first lot of mail . The first lot of mail is from Trevor K. Trevor K. What have we got here? Rattles, that's about all I know. Maybe it's a diving lure or something. How lucky am I to get sent cool things? Hey Robbie, thanks for all the entertainment you provide via YouTube. One of the sad videos I saw was when you lost your pink Wilson slickback. I almost cried. I hate losing lures. Anyhow, I thought I would send you this one. No strings attached other than your braid. Keep up the good work, Trevor. How nice is that? I have just been sent a Wilson slickback in my favouriteest colour in the whole wide world, and that is pink. For no other reason than because Trevor K is a really nice guy, and he felt sorry for me when I lost my Wilson slickback on a log. How nice is that? What a lovely man. Tell you what, as I get older I'm slowing down with a lot of things, and I think that includes opening presents. Wow. Thank you so much, Trevor. Look at that. How lucky am I? Trevor has sent me this Wilson slickback because I lost mine and he saw it on the video and he felt sorry for me, so he sent me one. That is the very best colour slickback that Wilson ever brought out. Absolute, that is number one. I often talk about favourite cod lures and favourite colours. That is my very favourite Murray cod lure right there. Trevor, you are a legend. Thank you so very, very much for sending me this. I am absolutely stoked, and I'm going to make sure I catch at least one Murray cod on this before I lose it on a snag. In fact, I'm not going to use this until it's hot enough to swim for lures. In other words, most of summer. Thank you, Trevor. I'm very, very appreciative. Richard Clark.
I love Richard Clark. This is like Christmas time for me. Alright, Richard says,
Hi Robbie, here are the homemade floats I asked if I could send you. That I remember now, that's right, you make homemade floats. Oh wow. In the plastic bag is the components I use. I'm currently experimenting with various adhesives to find out which is ideally suited for this use. Regards, Richard. That is so cool. So I've got the components in here that Richard uses to make his own floats. They're all in this bag. You can see bits of cork and the sort of wood and stuff that he uses. And here's a few of the finished products. Have a look at that. I've got to tell you, I really like when people are creative. Some people are creative in different ways than others. Richard Clark is obviously creative when it comes to making floats. How cool are they? Homemade floats. Some people like to make floats. Some people might like to make lures. Some people make spinners. I like to make videos. I love cameras, I love photography. Richard obviously loves to tinker in the shed, and I think that is wonderful. I met a man years ago that used to glue golf tees back together. He wouldn't buy golf tees. He wouldn't spend $1 for a bag of tees. He'd walk around the golf growing the tee where you tee off, grab the broken wooden tees and glue them together just so that it could be a legend. And speaking of legends, Richard, you are a legend. That is really cool, and it actually makes me very happy because when I was a kid growing up, my grandfather, or both my grandparents, used to love tinkering in their shed like so many men, and my neighbours. I'll show you something. Have a look at this. I only found this in here the other day, and it reminded me of my neighbour, the late Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill was a lovely guy. You know, these days we have the Bardi pullers, the Bardi grub pullers, the lassos. Big Tony Bennett over at Yarrawonga makes them. Well, this is what we used to use when I was a kid. That is a speedo cable from a car, and old Mr. Hill used to sew a corkscrew onto the end of that. Can you see? Oh, it's not going to focus on it because it's too small. Can you see the corkscrew on the end of that Bardi cable? On the end of that speedo cable? That's a speedo cable. At one end, it had a bit of stocking. At the other end, it had the corkscrew. We will send this down the hole, just make quarter of a turn, and we'd pull it up and get the Bardi grub out, or we'd try and get them out alive with the stocking. We also used to use reeds from the bank of the creek, but with the reed, you only had the option of getting them out alive. If that didn't work, if they were in upside down or they weren't chewing the reed or the stocking, we could use the screw. Because men from that era loved to tinker in the shed. And Richard, it is great to see men still tinkering in the shed and making cool stuff. That's so awesome. Thank you very much, Richard. I am stoked. I might even try and give them a crack at Lake William Hovell with some mud eyes or something if I can get up there fishing before the warm weather comes and the season opens and I go fishing in streams mainly. Look at the size of this. This is from Stu Phillips. Thank you so much, Stu. It must have cost you a fortune just to post this one out. Express post and all. What a legend.
Whoa! Oh, it's funny. Wow! That is awesome!
G'day, Robbie. Here's one of them cases for your Spark that I was talking about to you on Instagram. For those of you that don't know, my drone is a DJI Spark. It's a little toy drone pretty much, and I love it. It's so much fun to fly, especially in sports mode when you don't have much control. Just my way of saying thanks for all your videos. Love the tips, stories and jokes, mate. You're a bloody legend and you inspire me to help others whenever possible. Also chucked in an old Slayer sign from my shed because I know you like metal too. Good on you, mate. From Stu. Stu, that is so awesome. He even uses double-sided tape like I do. A lot of people might not realise this, but I love heavy metal. But this means a lot to me, coming from a metal brother or a fellow metalhead, to send me some of their own personal merch just because they appreciate what I do. This has tremendous value to me. I love this. Thank you so much, Stu. That is awesome. And it's going to hang up in my shed. But look at this. Stu's given me a case to carry my drone in. Wow. Look at that. That's for my DJI Spark. Stu, thank you so much. You are just so kind. Oh, look at that. It just fits like a glove. Have a look at the control there. The controller goes neatly in there. Heaps of places for the spare blades to go. Heaps of places for the spare batteries, places for the guards. You are such a kind man. I'll tell you what. Have a look at that. There's my little Spark. I'm going to get my ARN, which is my aviation reference number, and put it in the case there so that I'll never forget it. That is so cool. Thank you so much, Stu. He likes me jokes. Ha! I went fishing last week and I caught a whale. I was saltwater fishing. I caught this massive whale and I thought, it's so heavy, where am I going to weigh it? You know where I took it to get weighed? To the whale weigh station. I want to say a big thanks to Craig for that joke because that's funny. That was told to me by my friend Craig. Thank you very much for watching. I'm excited. This case, that lure, homemade floats, that is just awesome.